You've probably heard someone saying fix your gut 100 times, but nobody tells you how. What does that even mean? Eat more yogurt and hope for the best? I've spent weeks diving into the research, actual studies, expert books, clinical trials, and I'm giving you the 6 most effective science-backed things you can do right now to genuinely transform your gut health. No trends, no guesswork, the real stuff. And before we get into it, I make videos like this every week, so hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Your gut is home to 100 trillion microbes. They don't just digest your mood, they run your immune system, influence your mood, control your weight, and even control how you clearly think. When your gut bacteria is diverse and balanced, you feel happy, you feel amazing. But if they are not, you feel bloating, skin issues, getting sick constantly craving for junk food, and you can't stop eating. Good news is, unlike your genetics, the microbes are incredibly responsive. It can shift within 24 to 48 hours, changing what you eat. That's how powerful this is. Tip 1, and honestly this is the most important one, eat more fibers. Not just any fiber, but take prebiotic fiber. Think of your gut as your pet. They need feeding, and the things they're absolutely obsessed with is fibers from plants. When you eat garlic, onions, asparagus, banana or oats, your gut bacteria ferments the fiber and converts them to a short-chain fatty acid. These little molecules reduce your inflammation, strengthen your gut lining, and even talks to your brain to improve your mood. Researchers shows that a person should take 30 plus plant varieties in a week. Sounds intimidating, right? But herbs, spices, nuts and seeds, everything counts. So sprinkling flax seeds or pumpkin seeds to your porridge counts, and adding coriander to a dinner, that counts too. Studies show that people eating 30 plus plant varieties a week have diverse microbiomes than the ones who are eating less than 10 plant varieties a week. And diversity, as we know, is everything. Now I have to say this. Tip 2. Eat fermented foods. I know, I sound like a wellness influencer, but the science is actually solid. A landmark Stanford study in 2021 showed that people who took fermented food for 10 weeks had increased gut microbiome diversity and reduced markers for inflammation than the ones of high fiber group. And this is not hard. We are just talking about taking yogurt, kimchi, miso, kombucha, kefir. These are packed with live bacteria which can temporarily colonize your gut and reduce the bad ones. The key word is daily. Taking a small amount of fermented food daily is more effective than overdosing your body at once in a week. Think about it like watering a plant. Slow and consistently every day is better than drowning your plant by watering it once in a week. Tip 3, and this is going to be the hard one. Cut ultra processed food. I'm not saying never eat them, but your gut microbes don't survive on them. Ultra-processed food, things like packaged snack, fast food, fizzy drinks contain emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives, which disrupts your gut lining, reduces the microbes' diversity, and it promotes the inflammatory bacteria. One study showed that the emulsifier carboxymethyl cellulose, which is found in tons of everyday products, which makes our gut microbes eat through the mucus layer and disrupts the gut lining, which triggers inflammation. That's essentially your gut bacteria turning against you because of what you feed them. Let's talk about a practical swap. Read the ingredient list of ultra processed food. If there is more than 5 ingredients and you can't pronounce even half of them, it's not doing your gut any favor. Tip 4. Manage your stress. I know it's easier to say than done. But your stress isn't just inside your head. When you're chronically stressed, your body floods your gut with cortisol and norepinephrine, which literally decides which gut microbe should survive. And obviously, it promotes the aggressive and harmful ones. There's also a direct nerve, which is called a vagus nerve, connecting your gut to your brain. When stress signals travels all the time through that nerve to your gut, it disrupts the gut motility, which leads to a lovely combination of constipation, diarrhea, and bloating, all we know and hate. Let's discuss about what actually works. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing or a 10-minute of walk after food helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your gut down. You don't need a 2-hour yoga retreat session, just simple and consistent system work. Tip number 5. This one surprised me, but not anymore. Sleep. Your gut microbes follow a circadian rhythm, just like you do. When you sleep poorly or at inconsistent times, your gut microbes fall out of sync. Their population shift and your gut barrier weakens overnight. A study on night shift workers showed that because of the inconsistent working schedule, inconsistent sleep schedules, their microbial diversity fall out and was incredibly reduced within few weeks. And when they return to their normal sleeping schedules, their gut microbes recovered, but partially. 7 to 9 hours of consistent quality sleep is the most powerful thing that you can do for your gut. Not sexy supplements, just sleep. Because your gut is literally doing a repair work during night. This directly increases microbial diversity in your gut. Tip number 6, the last and final and the important one. Exercise. No, you don't need to be running for a marathon. Research shows that consistent and moderate workout, about 20 to 30 minutes of walking, cycling, or even yoga, directly increases the microbial diversity in your gut. Exercise improves something called gut motility, which means food and waste inside your gut is moving efficiently, which reduces the time the toxins spend in contact with your gut lining. It reduces systemic inflammation, which in turn provides your gut bacteria a better environment to thrive in. One fascinating study showed that professional athletes had diversified microbiomes than the people who were eating the same diet. Movement is medicine, and think about it, your body is meant to move, and when you move more consistently, your gut will be the first place you feel it. So to recap, the 6 things that genuinely fix your gut: eat 30 plus plant varieties a week or as much as you can, eat fermented food daily, manage your stress, cut ultra processed food, sleep consistently, and move your body. None of these are overnight fixes. Your gut took years to get where it is, but the beautiful part is it can start to change within weeks. Each video take is a vote for the kind of gut microbiomes that you want to build. If you found this helpful, share this with someone who is always complaining about bloating and low energy. They need this video, and drop a comment by telling me which tip you are starting with. I read every single one. You got this, and I'll see you on the next one.